We don't do that here.
All right, UFC Fight Night in Mexico City. I took a little bit of notes on this one. So Manuel Torres submits Chris Duncan in 1. Yasmin Jauregui, UD over Sam Hughes. Daniel Zaluber, UD over Francisco Prado. Brian Ortega submits Yair Rodriguez in the 3rd.
This fight was kind of hilarious because Ortega hurt himself in the warm-up and still won.
Yeah, didn't he like twist his ankle or something?
Yeah, he twisted his ankle and then he got rocked and nearly knocked out in the first round.
What's the notes I have here? There's a lot of punching, knockdowns, takedowns. Ortega gets his face bashed in. Then he uses his head movement. I think he discovered he has a neck. And Rodriguez jumps. I think he gets a knockdown. Then he jumps into Ortega's guard, and like they don't do anything. And then Yair trying to ground and pound, and Ortega trying to get a triangle, which I think he eventually got.
Mm-hmm.
Twist your own ankle. God. What are you doing?
It was really funny watching it live because it's very clearly that he's like, uh-oh, he just fucked up.
Yeah. Brandon Roybal, split decision over Brandon Moreno. Fun. Yes, there was a fun moment in the as they announced the winner because they're both named Brandon, and Moreno thought that he won for a couple of seconds. I don't recall. I didn't take a lot of notes on this fight. I'd expect it wasn't as entertaining as I thought it might have been.
Yeah, this was like a really falling off for Moreno. Didn't seem like he wanted to let his hands go. Very passive compared to what we've seen him in the past. And I don't even know, man. For the supposed number one contender, that was really terrible.
Yeah.
And man, it almost gives me pause about the rest of his career. I don't know what's going on in his head. I don't know if it's because he's still, stuck in the quadrilogy with Figueiredo, and his mind is still like he's gotten over that hill and he can't focus on what's past it. I've got no idea, but that was a really bizarre performance by him.
Speaking of bizarre, Royval in the post-fight, that was pretty unhinged. The Mexico City fans were not too pleased with Royval winning. He tried to win them over with his I'm a third generation son of immigrants or whatever, and they weren't having it. So then he gets a little mad, and he tells, he says, "I'm going to people's houses and I'm taking their shit." And then he screams West Side, throws up the finger thing, and then he just leaves.
The Colby Covington approach. At least he didn't call them filthy animals or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what Covington said to a room full of Brazilians.
Oh, goodness. Does not surprise me in the least, yet I'm still appalled. I'm going to people's houses and taking their shit. All right.
West Side.
Yeah, get after it, dog. I'm here for it if we're going to get more of those. All right. UFC Fight Night on the 2nd. This was the Rosenstruck card. Oh, Steve Erceg stops Matt Schnell in the 2nd. Umar Nurmagomedov, UD3 over Beksat Almakan. Is Nurmagomedov, is he related to Khabib?
I believe he's his cousin.
Huh. Is he the one that just came from... Did he just come from Bellator?
No, he's been in the UFC for a while, but he's had a lot of canceled fights.
That's too bad.
He's had some trouble getting into the ring.
Muhammad Mokaev, UD3 over Alex Perez at flyweight. Vito Petrino, UD3 over Tyson Pedro, light heavyweight. And Jairzinho Rosenstruck KO4. Shamil Gaziev.
The less said about this fight, the better. It was dreadful.
Yeah, I think I was. I had asked you guys like, "Hey, should I? I need to catch. Do I need to catch up on this?" I think is you're like, "Nah, don't, don't worry about it."
It was really bad. It was really bad.
All right, UFC 299. This is gets the fucking people going.
I'm gonna tell my kids this was UFC 300.
It would be like 300 part 1. Right, so starting from the bottom, we had Robles Despain, KO1, like you called it, over Josh Parisian.
Literal diet Francis Ngannou.
Yeah.
Like running away from the guy and still knocks him out. Expect him to get a title shot within his first 5 fights.
I mean, he's explosive, so that's like the type of thing people want, like a power threat. And then he gets wrestle fucked, and then everyone gets mad. All the casual, the boxing fans crossing over to watch get mad. Like, you said he was a fucking knockout artist. Well, he is, just not now. Not on the ground. Sorry. Michel Pereira submits... I practiced this one. Mikhail Oleksichuk. Yeah. Fuck that. Not going to say that one again. Middleweights. Matus Gamrot, UD3 over Rafael Dos Anjos. You said that Rafael's pretty old? Like, he's on the older side?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's been around for a long time. So this is kind of similar to the... what was it? The Cejudo fight we talked about with 298. Dos Anjos had one moment in the beginning of the fight where it's like, "Oh, is this going to actually be a close fight?" And then Gamrot just shut it down. But yeah, he's way older. I mean, his time is not long for the UFC anymore.
At lightweight, I'm sure fucking PFL is looking for more people.
Oh yeah, he could definitely slide right into PFL and earn a couple big checks.
Speaking of big checks, my ex-wife Macy Barber taking me for all I got. UT3.
That's right.
Over Ketlin Caramanara. Well, it's okay because Mackenzie makes it up. She's my sugar mama. Curtis Blades, KO2 over Jelton Almeida. Man, oh man, I was hopeful for Almeida in this one. I thought he was the up-and-coming guy.
Yeah, and apparently he just has no ability to strike at all. I mean, this was like... His grappling's good, but there's a problem in this sport with being a specialist. And that's something that... maybe I overlooked in my prediction of this fight. I thought Almeida was going to win, but like he clearly has one way he can win, and especially at heavyweight. And man, if he can't punch, that's a hard bar to clear. You have to be really, really good at whatever you're good at, and you can't make a mistake. And Almeida made it. He shot poorly, and he paid for it.
That knee to the face. Oh my god. Is that the one where they were replaying the sound of his face popping? Or was that from something else?
Oh, that was a different fight. This one, Almeida shot in for a single leg.
Got the knee in the face.
Curtis Blades, well, he didn't actually... I don't know if he...
It was the up his thigh, not his knee.
No, that was the Madalena fight.
Was it?
Yeah, this was Almeida.
Yeah,
he shot in for his leg, and as he was holding onto his leg, Curtis Blades just started dropping hammer fists on him.
Oh shit, I remember that. Yeah. This is your bread and butter. You have the leg. You're supposed to do something with that. But
I had a buddy texting me during this fight, and he's like, "Do these guys know you can throw punches at sport?" And I was just apparently not.
Yeah.
No punches were thrown until that happened.
Right. Punches being thrown. Peter Yan. Piotr. I think they said Piotr. Piotr
My
Yan.
boy,
Yep.
God shows mercy.
He's back. UD3 over the up and coming Chinese phenom Song Yadong.
I'm curious, what was your take on Jan's performance?
I enjoyed what I saw. I saw like shades of Ali, you know, like I could see what was once brilliance, but it's not quite what it used to be. But it's still formidable. So I definitely expect to see Piotr Yan. I'm trying to look at who he's got around him. He's at number 4 now. I don't know who he's already fought, so I guess I'm not sure. But
I believe he's beaten Corey Sandhagen, and
say who?
I'm not sure if he's perhaps or Marlon Vera.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about Marlon
him.
Vera because, good lord, the beating he took.
Selfishly, I kind of want to see him rematch O'Malley for the belt because when they fought initially, it was only 3 rounds, and the 5-round Piotr Yan is one of these like mythical fighters in the UFC, where he really is just a different guy when he's got time to. He can sacrifice the first round and a half to figure out how he's gonna attack you.
That's what people said about Marlon Vera, though.
But that was more of like a meme, I guess.
Oh,
like
okay. The downloading joke.
Yeah,
right.
And I mean, Yan he got ragdolled by Marab, right? So it didn't always work out for him. But Jan's typical tact. I mean, you saw even in this fight, right? Song won the first round, and then halfway through the second round, Yan started making some really good adjustments. He started getting his trips in, and he started, transitioning to ground and pound a lot better.
The cuts, I think, are good. I always call that it's like a video game power up. Like you get bloodlust, you see your opponent's bleeding. Doesn't matter how bad it is, but you see their blood, and you're like, "Fuck, yes, more."
Mm-hmm.
So I think that helped. Man, Yadong, I think you had put it as he's more of like a decision type of winner. Not really a finisher.
In his later fights, or his most recent fights, he has been.
Maybe that was more a sign of him plateauing.
Very possible. But I mean, it's also he also could have just fought, a still elite fighter potentially. Like,
yeah,
Jan's he's lost a lot recently, but it's been against only elite guys. So I wouldn't write him just yet.
Okay.
He's still young. He's only 26, man. Like,
are you serious?
Yeah.
Man, they were on the broadcast. They were making it sound like he was he was 36. No.
Well, he's been around for a long time. Oh. He's fought almost 30 times, but he's still got a lot in him, I think.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think this is the beginning of his return. If that's the case, if he's 26, then yeah, this is, I think, the beginning of a comeback. Jack Della Maddalena knees Gilbert Burns in the fucking face. Only thing I think that's worth mentioning, as cool as that knockout was, Jack was having a pretty hard time leading up to it. So,
he was. I thought Burns won the first 2 rounds.
Yeah.
Maddalena was, landing combinations, but he was like hopeless on the ground. He didn't have an answer.
Yeah.
And then he found that knee, which is, beautiful. I mean, he's shooting in, panic shooting a takedown, and he perfectly intercepts it with the knee.
Yeah. He figured out. It's a really good expectation. Gilbert Burns has been dominating on the ground. There's not a lot of time left. and he kind of got wobbled. So, what do you think he's gonna do? He's gonna try to take it to the ground so he can wait out the rest of the round. Unfortunately, Jack had other plans. 1 second. I gotta check this. Okay. I want him to fight Ian Machado Gary.
Oh, that would be an interesting fight.
Yeah, triple names, fucking weird as shit. Madalena, I think they were saying it. Whatever. But I think that would be fun. Oh, speaking of fun, Michael Venom Page, can't forget the V, gets the decision in his UFC debut over Kevin Holland. Oh, was this underwhelming? Was this an underwhelming performance?
A little bit, only because I was expecting a knockout, but Holland is no scrub. We've seen him take a lot of fights to a decision where he was otherwise outclassed, and I think this was just another example of that. Page is just, there's a lot of shades of Anderson Silva here. The way he kind of carries himself and taunting and the, sort of off the wall, unorthodox style he does, while also still being like technical in how he delivers his punches.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was surreal to finally see him under the UFC banner, because people have been waiting for a long time to see that. I think I was most surprised at just how he looked young. The guy's 36 and he looked fresh.
Super fresh. That's exactly what I was going to bring up. Was even if this was underwhelming, he definitely still has enough in the tank to change a lot of opinions. He looked really good.
Maybe he just got fed a guy that had way too good of a chance. Because I don't understand how he could have taken those spinning elbows.
Oh my lord!
And staying up.
Yeah, it was touching to see them having a laugh together after the final bell, because man, this dude just elbowed your fucking teeth out, and you guys are just smoking and joking over here.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
Has Page entered the rankings yet?
Welter.
He has.
13th.
He is 13.
Yep.
And he's really the guy to give. I don't know if you could give him a 7th ranked guy yet, but Ian Machado Gary versus Michael Venom Page.
Michael Page would beat the Christ out of him.
Yeah,
that would
that's
not
what I'm
be good.
saying.
Sacrificial Lamb, Neil Magny. No, don't do that to him.
I've heard a lot of people saying Stephen Thompson would be an amazing fight, and I have to agree.
Based on what I've seen of Stephen Thompson, yes, that's a good assessment. Jack as well, Madalena. Don't let the knee intoxicate you, people. The dude can be touched, he can be dropped, he can be taken down, he can be wrestle fucked, and doesn't seem to know what to do about it. So I don't think that's what Michael Page would do necessarily, but it's an avenue that it would be open.
What was kind of shocking, I forgot to mention this, was Jack calling out Shavkat after that.
That's
win.
right. He called out Shavkat, the fucking wrestle monster from Kazakhstan. That is a strange one to pick.
Hey, shows he's got balls, man.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's figure out if you're legit or not.
I think that's actually a good finger and middle finger in my face. You think I can't handle wrestlers? Well, check this shit out. Shavkat, bring it on, bitch. That's good. Good one. I completely forgot about that. Jack jumped 6 from that. Wow. Oh, well, Gilbert Burns was 4th. Okay.
Yeah, that was a big jump for him.
Speaking of big jumps, this guy could not make his. Benoit Saint Denis gets fucking murked in two by Dustin Poirier. Don't say it. Don't call it a comeback. Dustin never left. I'm eating crow over here. I thought after a brutal knockout that it was the end, but Nathan. You're completely right. Dustin coming off of a loss. It's a different animal.
And I mean, he really had to fight for this one.
Fuck
I mean,
yeah,
I thought, I mean, early on it was really not looking good for him.
Yes,
But
absolutely not.
he managed to stay calm and collected, and he eventually he got his shot. And as soon as he quit, I mean, he still had to. As soon as he let go of that guillotine, that's when he. If he just stood on the feet and didn't try and wrestle this guy, he wouldn't have had the kind of problems he got. But I guess he's obsessed with this guillotine, and he made a comment like, "Hey, maybe one day I'll finally get it. Maybe I'll fight Islam, and that's when I finally get my guillotine choke," which is my best timeline, and that's what I'm predicting is going to happen in July. But that's neither here nor there.
I thought it was funny that Dustin spent a lot of time trying to guillotine a Frenchman. It was very poetic.
Oh, that is funny.
Nice one, Dustin. That's good. And he's from Louisiana, right?
Yeah, so they'd totally be down for that.
Yeah, that would
Cajuns are wild.
Yeah, that would be a Cajun move on a Frenchman for sure. Still, I think that Benoit did show some good signs of a higher level competitor, but there's still more wrinkles that need to be ironed out. He was able to handle like the guillotine attempts. It looked a few times like Dustin had it, but Benoit was able to get out of those pretty well. So he does have a bit of that kind of grappling defense. So that was good to see. Is he chinny, do you think?
No, I think Dustin just hits like a truck.
Okay.
Dustin's like really, really dangerous on the feet, and
yeah, when the Gaethje fight, you did say it was like whoever lands first, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever lands a clean one.
But it looks like Benoit moved up a spot. He flipped places with Dos Anjos, so that's good. They didn't penalize him for taking a much higher ranked opponent, and
they rewarded him
doing well.
Yeah, from having a decent fight with a guy who is much higher in the rankings than you. That does say a lot if you can hang for a little bit.
If Rafael Fiziev comes back sometime soon, that would be a fight to give Saint Denis. That would be an interesting. It would be a test for sure because Fiziev is good, but that would be a good one to watch.
Is Jalen Turner who I think he is? Nope. I've seen him before, but that's not who I thought it was. But anyway, anything more on Dustin?
Nope. I think that's all.
Sean O'Malley pieces up Marlon Vera. 5. Didn't the judges have that one a sweep?
Yeah, and one judge had it. I think he gave
10-8.
The knee round a 10-8.
Yeah. Man, oh man, that was pretty rough to watch. It's a known Marlon Vera is a known quantity in that he does start slow. The joke of the downloading shit, it is partly a joke, but it is also partly true. Like when Marlon Vera fought Sandhagen, he started very slow, and that's ultimately what cost him the fight. But when he did come on later, he fucking came on. It was pretty wild to see him let out of the cage, in a manner of speaking.
Yeah, this was his best performance to date that I've seen. Like, total masterclass. Barely got touched himself until the very, very end.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't have cardio issues later in the fight because I don't think he's been 5 rounds before. And he looked fine. He looked great. And I really don't see anyone in this division that's going to give him problems on the feet. Like, he's that good. I don't think anyone can strike. Well, perhaps Corey Sandhagen, but even then, like he would need to bring his entire repertoire to beat O'Malley. But I mean, the kind of power he brings to the table with that level of striking, I mean, it's really hard to beat.
Yeah, it was pretty scary. It wasn't the same type of refined hands like Taporia, but he does have a more karate kind of wide feet.
He's got the karate stance.
He throws these crazy combinations. Yeah, and he doesn't have. There's no limit on his gas tank. It's pretty wild. It's difficult to see. I don't know if anyone can. Yeah, you're right. I don't think there's anybody that's gonna outstrike him.
Yeah, I think the difference between someone like him and Taporia is like a brawling, cut the cage off, very orthodox boxing, and O'Malley is a lot of, supreme distance management and countering. Like he's looking to punch off of your punch, and if he's going to lead the charge, he's going to do it from long range. Whereas Taporia wants to push the pressure. So that's kind of the nuances in their striking games. But
maybe all right. So the way that you described that, if O'Malley does, I don't think I saw it happening. But does O'Malley switch stances at all?
He does it a lot.
Okay, so then he's like a fucking smaller Max Holloway a little bit, maybe a little bit more distance minded than pressure minded.
Well, you could also call him a taller Max Holloway too, but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Isn't he? Yeah, because O'Malley's 5'11", and
that's fucking huge for that weight class.
I know. I think Holloway's only 5'10".
So they're roughly the same height. That would be.
Oh yeah, but Holloway's kind of built like a tank. He's like 180 pounds walking around.
Good lord. Man, Sean O'Malley's not a whole lot left. Is there a lot left for him to do? Get his jacket back from Merab.
There's I think a Merab fight, Corey Sandhagen fight, and rematch with Piotr Jan. All of those are interesting matchups for O'Malley. Which is kind of sad that he's already trying to talk about jumping divisions.
Yeah,
and
he did mention that, didn't he?
There's no shot the UFC lets that happen because both of these guys could be pay-per-view selling stars on their own. It would be better to let them try and stay near the top and cash them out in a fight later. And plus, it's not fair to the other guys in the division, right? Like,
yeah,
it's not boxing where you have another avenue to the top and a unification be delayed if someone wants to do something legacy chasing. But in MMA, there's only one shot. And so if you go and spend your time fighting someone from a different weight class, it better not happen until you've cleared out enough of your guys, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a really valid point. Like here, yeah, all of these guys are climbing for the same thing. Like they can't change to a different sanctioning body for a different belt. You only got one shot. God, Eminem, don't do this to me. Not right now. And you mean O'Malley moving up to fight Taporia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I would only say that is acceptable because Taporia's lady is fine as fuck. That's really the only reason that I would entertain that. But that is it, I think, for our recaps. Holy titties, we've been going for some time here. Quickly, on the 23rd, Ricardo Ramos versus Julian Narosa, featherweights. Kurt Hollabau versus Trey Ogden, lightweights. Mohamed Usman versus Mick Parkin, heavyweights. Brian Carantillo versus Gabriel Miranda, featherweights. Peyton Talbot versus Cameron Simon, bantamweights. And the main event, Amanda Ribas versus Rose Namajunas, flyweights. Rose is ranked 8th. Amanda, excuse me. Yeah, Amanda's
Yeah,
ranked 8th.
Rose is moving up a weight class, I believe.
Yeah.
So here's me hoping she still got it. So
Is Rose is the one that used to have her head shaved, or still does?
yeah, she's got the shaved head.
All right, yeah, shaved head, like Poland or whatever. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That's it. Wow, I'm really gonna have to figure out how to work these these fucking blocks to make a filling segment. God damn.
Yeah, well, we got a lot of content to go over. That was a month's worth of fights.
Yeah. Well, network bullshit. I will cut in right there. Casting call? Do we do a casting call? Open, or are we keeping it closed? I can cut this out either way.
We can keep it closed initially.
All right. Well, that is gonna do it for this edition. The review of the reviews for Ultimate Fucking Casual. I think I have to move out of the casual seat. There's way too much fucking PFL, Bellator, and ONE FC in my fucking brain to call myself a casual anymore.
Well, instead of you, it can
Yeah,
the ultimate casual title can fall, as it always should have been, to the majority of the people who watch UFC.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like I said, I watch this fucking shit so that you don't have to. I'll tell you which ones are worth. Like, go check out Bular getting disqualified. It's kind of sad because, like, Amir Ali Akbari, the Persian guy, he's really yoked, and Bular's a bit of a dumpy kind of person. All right. Sorry, Bular. I'm sorry. That's gonna do it. Monkey King versus Monkey God. Who's it gonna be? We'll find out next time. Thanks again, as always, for your time. Love putting this stuff together, so hopefully it's entertaining. If it is entertaining, why not hit us with a rating? If you are not feeling a 5, what I want you to do is pull out your phone. Whatever your fucking text messaging shit, go to that 833 Lux Pods. Text me, tell me why it's not a 5. Before you hit, submit on that rating, let me know what's up, and if I can fix it, I'd love to fix it. I would love to make this better, give you a better listening experience. Oh, LVX Media Net is the handle for all the social media stuff. If you can't find it, chances are that we're not on it. However, keep in mind that there are some social media platforms that I don't care for using. Twitter, I'm not calling it that other thing. I think that might be the only one, actually, that I don't care for using. But if you want, we do have some exclusive content that will be coming up. Patreon.com/LVXMediaNet. There is a boxing MMA combo option if you want to get both of the flavors there. So just something to keep in mind. If you can't, that's okay. Just enjoy being able to make some entertaining content for you. Speaking of entertaining content, just for you, lvxmedia.net is the website. All the other shows that I have my hands in, not all of them are hosted by me. So if you want to go check them out, there's a lot of other stuff, fucking movies, like personal stories, boxing, obviously, trying to get some video games going, trying to get some like NFL, NBA going as well. So there you go. If you want to get into our Discord, which there's like nobody in it, which I know that's a great way to pitch it, but still, if you want to get in there, get in there while you can, or get in early while you can, I suppose. Assuming this ever pops off. One can dream, right? Okay, I'm gonna stop rambling and making this sound worse and worse with every passing second. All right. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you next time.